What's good, everybody? It's been a minute.
Been a minute.
Yeah.
Whew. It's your boy Maui though.
And your boy Waffles. And this is
Couch Surfin.
Surfing, surfers, doing things we don't really remember.
Oh my god, dude. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
So
Oh my god. We had to take a break.
Yeah, we did. So for those of you who don't know, me and Maui over here just came out of a little hiatus because we did a couple episodes, see how it went, and now we're getting back at it to see if we can make it even better for you. Because guess what? We do care about you. We want you guys to like us, make us super rich, and then that way we can and do things that other people do. You know, like
that's our side, dude. That's our quiet. That's our.
Just remember,
keep
right?
that on the DL.
The richer we are, the more giveaways we can do. We haven't done a giveaway yet because we're broke as fuck. Yeah. But you want us to be like those assholes on Instagram? They're like, "Hey, do you want a free iPhone that you'll never see?" Yeah, we could be that.
Yeah. You. I feel like, to be honest, dude, like towards the end of our first season, we were starting to run kind of dry too. Dude. You know, I think we just needed a big refresher, to be honest, dude. You know?
I mean, like we don't live the most exciting lives.
Not late, especially in these times, dude. Oh my god.
I just been playing tons of League and doing homework, mainly League. But
that was like the biggest reason why we had to call it off for a minute. We just had to get caught up on all of our school shit, dude, and we had finals coming up, dude.
Finals fucking kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Not really. I passed. I got good grades.
Yeah, I did really good in class, but like just the amount of stress that I was dealing with and like the attitudes we had in the fall was just very toxic.
Yeah. And that's why we've come this year with a new better resolution to not complain about school.
Yeah.
And just get it done. So guess what? You're probably not going to be hearing a lot about our school this season.
No, if anything, it would probably be in a better manner because I'm taking actually classes I enjoy, to be honest, right now.
I am in college. So so you know, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. And that's what's important here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like last semester, I was just taking a bunch of classes that were supposed to be for like all my electives and all of my like GEs, and I just hated it, dude. It was just a shit ton of just like just a bunch of reading that I didn't care about, a bunch of essays I had to write that I just didn't want to write, and like just a bunch of teachers that just that also didn't give a shit.
Right.
You know?
I saw this thing on Instagram, and I love this post because it encompasses my life so well. It goes, 18 years ago, 2 idiots decided to hit it raw, and now I got to write an essay every other week. Because that's my life. I was like, I tried telling that exact same joke to my mom, too. My mom was like, I don't get it. And I was like, you and dad decided to have me, and now I got to go to college.
Yeah, right?
And she was like, you're welcome, you asshole. Goes, what? You would rather not be born and go to college? And I was like, no. But at the same time,
didn't know what I was signing up for yet, bruh.
Shit. I mean, I always could go work on oil rigs and do that whole route.
Honestly, dude, you make a lot of money on that.
Yeah, but you hate your life. Fuck that shit, dude.
It depends. It depends.
Some people enjoy the challenge.
Yeah, some people do enjoy that shit. My uncle actually lives in Texas. He does that. He travels to like Norway and like fucking all these different countries and goes to like the gulfs of each country or like just offshore, you know, and just works on these rigs and he's happy with it, or from what it seems, you know.
Is your uncle married?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. I couldn't do it. You guys know me. I have gotten through. You know. Let's talk about this.
Bro, you couldn't even go to work on time for a hot minute, bro.
I want to say this now. I know I'm gonna. I want everyone to know who I am. I'm spoiled. I'm a brat, and I have a slight God complex. That is me. Nice to meet you. But I was talking to Cassie about this the other day, and Cassie was like, "Motherfucker, how'd you get to this point in your life without just like there were just certain things about life that I saw people were learning, and I just went, yeah. Do I need to know that? Like, is punctuality really that big of a deal? Because if you're charming enough, can't you just kind of duck your way out of it? Nobody's gonna make a big deal about you showing up on time. No one's an asshole like that for the most part." And then I got older, they were like, "Kendall, don't you understand? It's professional." And I was like, yeah. I haven't met a professional coworker in fucking 10 years.
Yeah. Huh.
I
There's
fucking
been that change of times, right? Where like things are like slowly starting to get more like hip. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
things are starting to move towards that direction where they're like, it's okay to be kind of chill about shit now, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So I just figured there were certain rules of life I never would have to learn, and now I'm 20 fucking 3, and there's those rules of life apply now. I'm like, what the fuck? Self control? Who the fuck gave a shit about that? I saw all those movies about it as a kid, like self control, the willpower, all that bullshit. I don't need none of that. I don't need that. I made it this far based off of luck.
God
Based
damn.
off of luck in life and the fact that just somehow things work out if you really pray.
Yeah.
If you really, really hope for it. No, it doesn't work out that way. That's not how it works out for me
No,
at all.
dude, not even close.
I just decide, you know that thing where you kind of do like net gain versus net loss?
Yeah.
I just try to live my life just so everything, just at the end of the day, I'm either 0 or above. Most of the time I'm 0, but
think
0
that's-
gets you through.
I think that's everyone's goal, isn't it?
Yeah,
You think
but
there's someone out there who's like, I'm trying to be negative, bruh. Trying to hit that negative digits,
No,
bro.
but I don't think there are people out there that are genuinely like, yes, net 0 loss. Fucking made it, going to bed. You know, like anybody who ends their day at net 0 loss, people usually are like, you're depressed. You didn't gain or do anything today. You just
It's
kind of
true.
just barely made it.
You
And you
ju-
didn't
yeah,
lose.
super stagnant and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So then but me on the other hand, right, I look at my net 0 loss and I go, hey,
It's
eventually,
that.
it's like the stock market. Eventually it'll go up. Eventually it'll happen. Just not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But best be darned, 2 days before that due date, you'll see that net gain. But that's school, and you know that's just life. But we're just gonna go in and we're gonna recap today, right? We're gonna try to let you guys know a little bit more about us and
Just
who
what
we
we've
are.
been up to in the fucking time that we've been gone, and yeah, just let you know what we got plans for the future with what's going on here and just in general, man.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, like over the break.
Well, I mean, like when we left off, we were still we were like end of November. We were like just starting to get into like the shits of our finals weeks and like all those like big term projects that were due. That was like low key stressful, to be honest, because I felt like I was just getting hit left and right with just a bunch of shit, just do like back to back to back, you know?
Well, I do know that. I also understand that the only reason why I'm getting hit back to back with this is because I'm also like consciously ignoring
That's so true, dude.
everything people are telling me to do. Like
That's so true. Yeah, last semester, man, was it's kind of rough. I kind of like did the same thing where I was like, I could just wing everything, and it worked out. But dude, like, I don't think my stress levels were too crazy high, but just the amount of annoyance I had to deal with myself and with the classes I was taking, I was just like, didn't want to have to deal with it anymore.
That's the hardest part about college. Is just the fatigue you get having to go through a whole semester. You make it to the end, and then they're like, I know you want to stop.
I know, right?
But you can't. Just go out a little longer. You know, like my coach, I had a coach once back in Nebraska, and they were like this. The point at which you make growth is when you reach the point where you want to stop.
And you keep going.
You kept going.
Yeah.
That's growth, right? I personally believe those words hold true, but it does not change my opinion that they are bullshit. I am all about, you know, like Warren Buffett. Who's that guy who said the thing, right? That guy who said the thing at that place that one time. No. I'll hire the laziest person out there because they'll find a cheaper, easier way to get something done.
Yeah, I don't know who quoted that, but I know which quote you're referring to.
Right, that's me. I'm that guy. You need something done? Psh, if I can do it, anybody can do it. What the fuck? That's a fact. If I can do it, I'm 100% certain anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Like, and also, can I just say, over the break, I really realized how the difference. So, you know, I have a younger brother, right? I totally realized the difference between them and me automatically, right? I come in, they're like, Ken, we're going to be dentists. And I was like, yeah? I told you this.
You were there once, though, right? You had like that dream, no?
I had generic dreams. Like, I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a scientist. Guess what? I can accomplish both those goals before the age of 6. Okay? You buy me a little chemistry set. You give me a basketball. I could be both those things. Now, if I said I wanted to be in the NBA, which I did once,
See?
when I was in first grade.
There you go.
I said
But
that.
dude, you shoot high like that when you're young, right? Like when I was in kindergarten, I was like, oh, dude, I want to be a hero. And my first thought of a hero was a firefighter. You know, Power Rangers. This shit got me straight up on hooked on that. I was like, yeah, dude, I want to be a firefighter and save lives.
You want to hear some dumb shit about me?
What's up?
For straight up 6 years, whenever I walked up to like a wishing well, that's the only thing I ever wished for was to be a Power Ranger.
Dude, it sounded sick, didn't it?
It kind of did. Like, just barely missing explosions for the rest of your life.
You're fighting bad guys and like knowing you like won't die, but shit will kind of hurt sometimes. But like you're also saving the galaxy or the world.
Yeah, but also low key being a Power Ranger, you kind of are working the 9 to 5 every single day. You show up, you look around the city for a tiny fuck. Right? That one guy that's like, I'm gonna steal everybody's dreams so I can shit them out my ass and stink up the city.
I know. You know they don't really tell you about like most of those shows because like in those shows they cater to like young kids, right, and like teenagers. So usually the main characters are teenagers, right? Like they fucking are going to school, they're fucking becoming Power Rangers, and then like when they become adults and they're still Power Rangers, like then they gotta get a job to provide for food because being a Power Ranger doesn't give you fucking like any kind of income.
Can I also be honest, right? Like what made me mad about Power Rangers, low-key, if you look at Power Rangers, right, there was always like another like they weren't the first Power Rangers, they were the next Power Rangers, right? So you look at these old Power Rangers that would show up and be like, yeah, I used to do this shit. Yeah. Like, can you help us out? And they'd show up and single-handedly kick the shit out of them.
Right.
And they'd be like, whoa, how'd you do that? And they'd always give you that look where they'd be like, one day.
Yeah, you're like, I've been doing this shit since I was your age, homie. Now I'm twice your age.
I was like, you're just dumb. You're not. Yeah, right. Like the new Power Rangers, they're just dumb. They go every day like, oh, this is the time they're gonna do something different.
Right.
But the real old Power Rangers show up like, nah, he's gonna monologue in about 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
All right. Saved us all that monologue. Thank you. I'll be in my trailer. You know. But like. They did the same 9 to 5 thing every day. It was, oh yeah, we just got out of school. Let's go to our part-time job at the record store, like at the pizza parlor. And at the pizza parlor,
yeah, right. Yeah, they always had like their headquarters, and then they had like their hangout spot. You know,
yeah, right, yeah,
always. And then like they kind of got complicated with it, where they were like, oh yeah, now it's a profession. Now I do it as a profession. You know,
they did that for a couple of them, right? Where they were all like,
okay, they're kind of catching on that like they can't do this as an income, so like we got to make it seem like it's a viable job where they get paid to do this shit now.
Well, yeah, right. Like
so they're glorified police officers.
That was it. That was, I mean, to be fair, right?
But like I never wanted to become a police officer either. You know what I mean?
I feel like though they weren't necessarily police officers. I felt like the police went. So you're telling me just once a day, a fucking 60-foot ugly ass motherfucker just gonna show up in our town every day? Who we got to fight? We got bombs. What can we do? Oh well, if you bomb the city, we destroy every life there. So our only plan is to depend on these fucking 16-year-old pubescent fucks.
Yeah, right.
Like I would look at Power Ranger movies, or Power Ranger shows. You know those episodes where they'd be like, "I'm going through a heartbreak."
I know, like they have a side plot. You're like, come on, dude, you're fighting. You're trying to save the goddamn galaxy right now,
right?
And you got to deal with like your teen angst right now. Come on, get your shit over with.
Like, look at Time Force, right? The one where they get stuck back in time.
Dude. That's the thing is too is I loved Time Force and like Space were my favorite ones.
Right? Yeah, because there was the side plots. There were all main side plots. You know?
Oh yeah.
They were like, we have a job to do.
It was kind of like they were both kind of dark. You know, they both had more of a darker element to it.
They were like
than the others.
We make real decisions. We're Power Rangers. Bitch, right? We can't be. You know, like then you look at Ninja Force.
Yeah, you look at like the newer ones, and it's all kid shit, dude. It's all catered to like 6-year-olds. I mean, which is what it's supposed to, but like those like first set ones were like, oh man, we can kind of get to a dark area like and not have the kids really notice, you know?
Yeah, or I mean, like that's what I like about cartoons, which is what I did spend most of my break doing. So that's my recap. I just
you just did it in like one sentence.
I watched Power Rangers the entire.
Did you?
Yeah.
You watched Power Rangers?
Yeah.
That was sick.
I hate adult television.
I do too.
Adult television.
I do too.
So I can only listen to the same doe-eyed girl. Either you get 3 types of women and then you get 3 types of men in every adult television show. You get the hopelessly innocent that everybody wants to protect, right? She's the one that sees the good in everybody, and that's her superpower, right? Then you get the badass bitch who at the gates is like, I kill you, I break your leg, I crack your skull, I go home. Okay, this is my day.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get the smart bitch that's like above it all. You know, the one that's like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that. Well, I'm gonna need this in return.
She's just standing on a goddamn pedestal, just like looking at everyone like peasants real quick.
Right. Because she's on top, right?
Yeah.
Those are your 3 types. And then you look at the men, you get 3 types of men. You get your psychopaths, the ones that are like, have you guys seen Vampire Diaries?
Mm-mm.
There's this motherfucker named Klaus. I don't know if I can use her real name. Phoenix's sister, the younger one. She lives in Florida. Phoenix lives in Florida.
Who the hell is Phoenix?
Her
Okay.
X-Men. Think of her name.
Oh,
Think of her name,
okay.
X-Men. Okay, you guys know who Phoenix is. Her younger sister loves Klaus. She's like, Klaus is the sexiest.
Oh yeah,
one.
dude. I remember.
You remember that conversation?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I look at Klaus. Klaus is a fucking psychopath. He walks up and he's like, hello, love. I'm just gonna kill everybody real fast because I'm sad. That's him. That's the whole character. There's always one of those fucks. The guy who comes in is like, my emotions determine the output of this entire thing. And then you get the, knights in shining armor that you have to put in every fucking show.
Oh yeah, the pure white, pure white knight. Yeah,
the one that's like, I believe this is what's best for everybody. And then you get your sergeant assholes that are like, I'm doing what's best for everybody.
Right.
You get your white knight, and then you get your black knight.
Yeah.
And then you get your psychopath. Those are the 3 types of men. Look at Twilight. That's Twilight's entire plot broken down to those 3 characters.
Never took the liberty to even try and digest any Twilight content ever.
Really?
Yeah, no.
What?
No.
Wait, what's your beef with Twilight?
Just didn't believe. I saw it as like a hype show, and I just didn't want to believe in it. Like, here was the thing. Everyone in, like, when did Twilight come out? Like in middle school?
Yeah, 7th grade. So
yeah.
2000.
Yeah, so in 7th grade, there was like still that stigma in my school where it was like guys and girls, right? And every single girl, like was straight on that bandwagon. Oh, Team Jacob, Team Edward. And every guy was just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I mean,
and we would mock it, you know what I mean? We would just
already knows where I was at. Yeah.
We'd just straight mock it, and I was like, I can never, I just couldn't. Like, I felt too much feminine. Like, and I don't have any problem with that, but like in 7th grade, I was like, I don't need any of that feminine energy here, bruh. I'm still trying to be
about that feminine.
Dude.
Twilight. I only shit on Twilight in middle school because Twilight, to me, I hate reading. And so they were like, you want to know about Twilight, you got to read the books. And I was like, that's bullshit.
And then they came out with the movies.
I didn't even listen to the movies. I got into a whole argument with someone once because someone hardcore believed, and I mean this, hardcore believed, in the Twilight books, Bella was black. That was what they believed. You know why? You know what their only proof was? The fried chicken in the fridge at the last book when they finally got married and were getting pregnant. They didn't get married, but when they got pregnant, right, and she went to go eat something, she ate fried chicken. Not
oh my god!
Chicken, and she cooked it herself. That was her reasoning behind that. Now, normally I would have been like, "Yeah, you're right. You got that. Yeah, that's a nice analogy." Right?
Yeah, that's good observation right there.
But I went, nah, you can't have a black girl be Bella. Motherfucker, there ain't a black woman on this planet right now that would go and say yes entirely. 2 dudes fighting over my undying intention at all points in life. Yes, I'll just entrust them with my entire future and destiny. No, a black woman would have been like, y'all motherfuckers crazy. This wolf dude over here hard on my dick because he knows me since we were kids. And then this fucking psychopathic vampire dude over here only likes me because he can't read my brain. You know what I mean? Like, that's dumb. But Twilight is still a good series.
I wouldn't know.
In my opinion.
Also, I saw a bunch of memes about like the end fight scene of Twilight compared to like other movies, and I was like, this don't look like it.
I'm gonna be real with that end fight scene. I still don't
It just-
understand what happened.
Yeah, it just looked like. So like you've seen like the Harry Potter fight scene, they have like full armies, right?
Yeah.
You've seen fucking like Lord of the Rings again, armies. And then they say in fucking Twilight, apparently they're armies, but it looked like there was like 20 people on each side,
No,
bro.
genuinely, right? Like it was like 12 vampires and like 8 werewolves against these fucking younglings up in this bitch. Or just like
Yeah.
the guy wasn't the whole point of Twilight like was literally just two things. There was the old vampires that were like
You're asking the wrong homie.
You're
Remember
right.
that?
You know that you read the books. I watched the movie. You read the books. So wasn't it like the old vampires were like, Edward, we understand you want to die because you lost your true love, but you can read minds. So as vampires, we're not gonna let that just go, right? And then you got the new vampires that were all young and hyped up on fucking acid that were like, I'm gonna kill everybody in this bitch. They're like, yeah, you see this motherfucker over here? I'm gonna drink his blood, and then I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna look at Edward, and like their whole problem would have been genuinely solved if the younglings just would have been like, we don't care if people see us. They went all the way to fucking Arizona to fuck with Edward, right? The one state they're not supposed to be in. There's no clouds in Arizona.
Yeah, right.
That is sunlight and desert.
The sunniest state.
Right. So in the first movie, if they were already gonna go ahead and say, these vampire rules, fuck that. Why the fuck did they need to hunt in fucking Alaska?
Yeah.
They were willing to do anything else except go and say, you know what? I am not gonna leave these Edward Cullen, like this Cullen family alone. I'm gonna stay here. Why? Because we need to hunt in Alaska. But if I want to do anything else, the rules can go fuck themselves. That's why I don't know why I brought that up. What was I talking about? Why did I go here?
I don't know how we got here, but we were talking about your break was literally just you watching yeah. That's what it was. You were comparing why cartoons are better than fucking daytime TV.
Compared to the 3 types of women, three
types of men. Yeah.
You can disagree with me there if you're watching this and you believe there are more types. There probably are.
There are different like there are 2 shows that I like that are like live action. One of them's The 100. If you've ever seen it, it's on Netflix. Actually, really good.
I'll watch that. I thought it was a weird concept.
It is, right? But it's kind of it's like. It's almost like Dr. Stone a little bit.
Almost like Dr. Stone.
But they already have technology. That's the thing, right?
My problem with the show was it genuinely was like, they were like, yeah, we're going to send these criminal children.
Yeah, right? But the thing was like the crimes weren't even that heavy. It was just because like the station in the sky was like in such bad condition. They were like, oh, bro, you spit on the ground? Fucking send you to jail.
Right.
You know what we're going to do with these 100 kids that we have in jail? We're going to send them to Earth.
Yeah.
To see if it's habitable again.
Right. But here's what pissed me off, right? They send them to Earth, and then when they finally all got to Earth, right, they sent them to Earth to see if they would survive. They figured it out, and they came down to Earth. But then they got mad at the children.
Right.
For not taking this shit seriously. What the fuck?
Right. No, yeah. That was a weird seeing like again and like when I watched that too, because I've rewatched it. But like that first season I was like, why would you give the power back to those adults? Like, you just realized how this shit all works down here. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like, they don't know how fuck dick works. Just because they're older than you, they don't know shit about what's going on Earth anymore.
But it wasn't even that, right? Like, this scene stuck in my head. They were like, go to this base that's abandoned, get weapons from there, and you'll be able to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then they came back down, and they were like, yeah, we grabbed all the bullets we had. They're like, you didn't check the drums to see if there were more bullets in there? And they found a fuck ton more bullets once the adults got down, right? But they gave all the shit to the children because, like, you didn't check to make sure there were more bullets. I was like, motherfucker, if you asked me to go into an army base right now and said, find every bullet for this type of gun,
yeah,
I'd find one package and probably
that's good enough.
Right? Like, I'd be like, is this it? I don't know how many bullets you really need for that kind of gun. Right? Like, what's an effective amount of bullets?
Yeah, but I just feel like your lack of knowledge with guns would really play into that. You know what I mean? Like, me, I have a lot more knowledge on guns and, like, ammunition and all that, so I would be more like, nah, dude, like, one clip ain't gonna do shit for us. We need to find more than just this shit.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's where, again, but if you asked me to do it, you got on my ass because I didn't.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'd look at you and be like, yo, dumbass.
I think they would. I think the biggest mistake would be sending you, in the first place.
They're genuine. If I'm your game plan,
yeah, right?
either you know something about me that I just don't,
Right.
or we are fucked.
Yeah.
Because if I'm your game plan, I again, COD complex. I believe I could, in fact, destroy this world if I really wanted to. If I really wanted to do anything.
Hey,
with
I've
COD
given
World.
you my assistance. I've declared that to you in this past couple
but
months.
Like, it is different because if
No,
I
it's not. Yo, whoa,
Okay,
hold
wait,
it
wait,
there.
wait, wait. Before we get into this, finish your recap. Then
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
decide why it's wrong for me to bring you in or not.
No, it's not. Okay. Anyways, so for my break, I really didn't have a break. Right. I did finals. We had Christmas. We had Christmas, and then like 3 days later, I took winter classes, which was like a whole month to complete a class. And
I applaud you.
Yeah. It was actually really easy in the class. It was just art history. Okay. And the class was super chill, honestly.
And see, like, because I made the mistake once of trying to, take a shorter quarter and put in like a real class, like, like calculus or some bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is don't do that to yourself.
No, dude. I was just talking to my cousin, and she tried doing the same thing. She was like, "Yeah, I took English. That one was easy during winter, but I took neuroscience." And I was like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with you for taking neuroscience in a 4-week course? What? What?
I mean, no. Like, if you can do it, then you can do it. It's either but like in that scenario, she must have known something about neuroscience and just thought she could.
No, she just. From what she told me, it was her counselor's idea to take the class. Yeah. And like she was like, yeah, everyone who was in that class was already like ahead in their field of nursing or paramedicine and all. And she just graduated high school. She took a break in the fall, and she was like, all right, let's do it. Yeah. And she just got. I don't know if she passed or not. I didn't ask her, but it's not like she got eaten up on that shit, dude.
I mean, the counselors are good friends.
Dude, there are some good counselors. Like I found, you gotta find them though. That's the thing. Yeah. You really gotta find them. Like I found one at my college, but like I went through like 2 or 3 other ones that were just straight ass, dude.
No, if you're gonna talk to a counselor, you should talk to multiple counselors.
Yeah, you gotta get your research. Like you're almost doing an interview because it's your life on the line. Yeah, they don't give a shit, dude. Or like they want to help you, but like. They're going to help you as much as they feel like they want to, in their mood.
They're going to give you the information and then kind of go like, well, it's up to you.
Right.
Because at my high school, we had one counselor. Just one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, well, we had counselors, but there was only one that was actually whose credentials really stood up. Like, that was I'm the one that can help you plan out your life.
Yeah.
Now, she was great. She was nice. She cared about us. The thing is, on my last quarter as a senior, usually they go and say, we want seniors to have one free quarter because seniors are the only ones allowed to have free quarters at my high school. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, instead of taking this computer literacy course, take it online.
Yeah.
And then have your free period. And I took that computer literacy course online, and I learned something about myself that year. Online learning just gives me the excuse to really not pay attention.
Dude, for sure.
It just gives me enough leeway to go and say,
honestly, I think now that you say that, I think that's the biggest difference between fall and spring is that all my spring classes are synchronous, which means we're in Zoom meetings every day or every other day.
Every single time.
And my whole last semester, I think I only had 1 or 2, and they were not I didn't gain any information from joining in the Zoom meetings. Yeah. They were just like, all right, we're here. You're gonna write an essay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then my other class was like, okay, you're gonna do a speech, but it has to be on this specific topic. And I was like, okay, is there anything you're gonna teach us? No, you could just read it in the book. I'm like, oh, then what the fuck was the point of this online Zoom meeting? No. I could have fucking just taken all what you said in a fucking document.
Right.
I honestly feel like I didn't get as much done as I kind of planned out, but I'm moving in the right direction. If I compared last fall semester to this new year, things have definitely been moving in the positive. In the fall, dude, I felt definitely, at least me, I was just straight negative. If I was to put it on a scale, people I was probably giving out 5%. If that, dude, I was really not trying. But I honestly think that was just because I left California in a bad kind of taste, it was just, I was in such a shitty area when I first left California. And when I moved to Arizona, I kind of had a new start, and then I kind of bombed things there towards the end. So I was like, all right, I got to move back to California, back to the place where I fucked up the first time. And I think that whole stigma just built up. And now that I like realize that I can just move past all that, and like I'm able to actually conquer this goddamn school system, and I can conquer this goddamn state in this mindset. I was like, oh, dude, I could do this. So I think it's like from like a 5% to like a 10%. It's not a huge increase, but an increase in general.
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely tell I've dropped because last quarter
Really?
I was like, get this shit, like I just gotta pass every day, just gotta pass, yes. And this quarter, I'm like, do I really want anything? I'm like, do I really want it?
Oh, dude, I still have those moments where I'm like, but they're less often now.
Yeah, but I'm more conscious about mine now. Like I can like my mind doesn't go like, oh, Kendall, it's okay, just play another game and then you're fine. No, my mind goes, you don't want to do this. No, you can make the choice. You can ignore it. You can do it, get it done, and then maybe play a game afterwards.
Yeah.
And I just go, nah, I'm gonna ignore it.
Yeah.
I'm conscious about it, but that makes it worse because now I'm like, fuck, I gotta do it now. So it's like, it's just.
I think I've just been channeling my energy differently, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I was like trying to just spread it all across everything in this first semester. It's like, oh, dude, I'm gonna try and stay fit as much as I can while also trying to be as social in this shit, while also trying to like maintain like my grades and also have a job and like trying to be like a normal, like at least functioning adult.
Yeah.
It's like that's just like too much right now.
It's
like just especially with like what was going on, I was like, maybe I'm just like
Sorry. For those of you who don't know, our producer right now is trying to send us a message about how we're supposed to take the podcast in a certain direction. And we love it because he can't tell us without us stopping and reading. Because it's fine. Don't worry. We're good.
That's funny.
We're not robots just going.
No, yeah, we're not reading a teleprompter. We're just getting some notes from our producer.
And fuck you, Sam. What's that? What's the line from Anchorman?
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego. Yeah, no, we're not that. But so yeah, I've just noticed. Like, we talked about this a couple days ago. When you got back, we could.
It was weird because when I got back, I was like, there was a bubble of energy for sure. I was like, yo, we're gonna do this podcast. Like, we're gonna get shit going. Like, we're gonna start up Zillennium and everything. We're gonna get everyone involved. And it kind of just like popped, It just straight up deflated in like an instant. It was like, oh man, we got to do podcasts. No one's trying to be fucking part of our thing. Like, and now I have school, and now I have to work, and now I have responsibility. And I was like, God damn.
That was like, honestly, today even, right? Like when I fell asleep, how I am when I wake up. I was like, these motherfuckers. I'm a demon when I wake up. So if anybody needs me, right? Like, there have been times where Cassie's woken me up and just been like, Kendall, the cat, something like the fire alarm would go off. Like the whole building. There was an actual fire in my building.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m. Let me tell you, I could have, when I woke it up, walked into the apartment that was burning and kicked the shit out of everybody in there just for waking my ass up. And then I would have gone back to sleep and said, let the fire take me.
I'll never forget. It'll just be burned in my mind, dude. The Reno trip, bro. That'll just be burned in my mind.
I was such an asshole. I was the problem.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I got to your house at the specified time that was agreed upon.
I slept in the garage so you could hit the doors.
I did.
I know. It did
I hit the door and you didn't answer, so I had to get Vanille. I called Vanille and I picked him up first to help me get you to wake up.
I should have left you the key.
We were like 3 hours behind schedule.
I know. But
and you had a shit mood when we were there.
I apologize. I do feel bad.
Not in that moment, bro. No, you didn't give a fuck.
Bad. With cognitive thinking, I understand I was a bad person. Right? I understand I was bad. I'm looking at you, looking at our producer right now. I'm sorry. But in the moment, in that morning, y'all motherfuckers were in the wrong.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you come at me with a 7 a.m. time?
Right, we agreed upon it, bro.
Oh yeah,
I didn't say we're doing this. I said, hey, are you good to be up at this time?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bet.
I'm in the wrong. But at that morning, my exact thoughts were, how fucking dare you? And yeah, that's how it
You
goes.
could have slipped in the car. It could have been a 2-minute. Okay. But you didn't pack your. That was even funnier shit. You didn't pack anything, dude. We woke you up and you had to have your mom help you get your shit together.
I don't know if you know this. I really live my life by ear. You know
Yeah, dude. You fucking fly by the seat of your pants. Damn for sure.
Yeah, but it works out for some strange fucking reason, right? Like, weirdly enough, my choices have put me in a nice spot in life. Weirdly enough. But moving forward with the podcast, we have some ideas, and we would like to kind of hear from you. I don't know. Do we want to hear from our audience? I feel like we care about them, but I'm not gonna lie to them. I'm not gonna lie like I'm going.
No, we definitely like the feedback. It helps us become creatives and come up with new ideas, as well as just helps us feel like that we're hitting like the right kind of like wavelength and spectrum with the crowd that we're trying to reach.
Right.
You know, I feel like we can go off on anything.
Right. Because we I'm gonna admit it. I don't know anything really, but I'll talk my way, making you think I know something about it. Because how many times me and Cassie have gone and talked about quantum physics. I am barely passing my engineering classes. I dropped my physics class this semester. You think I know shit about quantum physics? But the funny thing is, with quantum physics compared to actual physics, since it's still kind of new,
it's all very theoretical.
It's all very theoretical, so I can wrap my brain around like entanglement.
Well, that's the thing too. Is quantum physics tosses everything of general physics out the window.
Yeah.
So you're not dealing with any concepts you're learning in mechanics or like fucking circuits or any of those concepts. You're dealing with strictly theoretical ideas that have come from concepts that people just I wouldn't say like just thought up, but like there's research done to come up with their conclusions, but it's again all theoretical. Right, there's no experiment that can be done to replicate or prove anything at this point.
Right. All I really like about quantum physics is since it's all theoretical, I can go in, Google whatever I want, and actually learn something that will never apply to my life. But I'm interested in learning it, like entanglement. That was a cool topic.
It gets really cool when you start to understand, because like if you listen to the wrong person, they teach it at such a high level that it's really hard to digest what they're saying.
Yeah.
So you got to really find the right people to listen to who are like, oh yeah, actually we can try and break it down at at some kind of level for you to be able to digest.
Because in my opinion, the easiest way to understand quantum entanglement is Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah,
it's not Schrodinger's cat is based off the idea that when you can't know if the cat's alive or dead until you open the box. But when you put it in entanglement, it shows you that actually when you open the box, both scenarios happen.
Or no, it's not when you open it, but it's like while the cat's still in the box and the box is not opened, it's in a superposition where it's both dead and alive.
Right, but once you open the box, you entangle with whatever the outcome of the box can be. So if the cat's alive, part of you entangled with everything that exists outside the box immediately reacting to whatever outcome came in when that box is open. So
yeah, and then you can always tie that, and it kind of ties into physics in the sense of like electrons, and with that one experiments with the slits. I don't know.
That's quantum tunneling. That's what that is with the slits.
But they're again, they have like a similar concept, right? Like unobserved, they could be in any position they want. They could do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Until they are observed, they'll start acting in a certain pattern that is like cognitive to us, right? That I understand.
Yes.
But the moment that we turn our heads and nothing is observing this phenomenon, it could be acting in whatever possible way it wants to.
Right. And that's an example of just random things we will talk about. We really do not really know anything about. So
I mean, but like I feel like we do our research enough to like start to be able to at least scratch the surface of it,
I feel like we get conversationalist information. Like if to hold a conversation, we know enough about quantum.
Sure, for sure. Or like when we bring up, I feel like good questions, maybe questions that are already answered, but like some like good questions where you're like, oh, I wonder if that does apply, or I wonder if that does pertain to this topic, you know.
But either way, so going forward, we're gonna do a couple things like that, where we're gonna pick a topic and we're gonna discuss it with the knowledge we have. But we want to bring in two new kinds of segments for you guys, and we want to know if you guys really want to hear. So one of them is me and Steve are gonna pick a certain position on certain things, and we're just gonna hash it out.
Yeah, just like almost like speech and debate, you know?
Like an old-fashioned debate, sort of, except no judgment here, because guess what? We're always on the same side because we're bros.
For sure.
Always. But that's one topic. So like we could do like Coke and Pepsi, or the topic me and my girlfriend argued about today, which was if animals are better than humans. Guess what? They're not, in my opinion. But also, if we ever did, I will take the position of animals are better than humans.
Right. Like you can try and argue either side. And that's how you become really good at speech and debate. Right. You have to argue both sides and break down both sides, build up both sides, and be able to see how you can find any fallacies or any kind of flaws in any argument. Right. That's really how it goes down. Right. You're not picking one side and being like dead set on that. It's like chess, right? You gotta understand how your opponent's gonna function and how they're gonna make their moves, right? That's how you beat them.
I can already tell that you're gonna crush going forward. It's really gonna be your logical thinking versus my thick skull.
There are some times though where you hit me with certain questions and I'm like, fuck. Like it takes me a minute to be like, how can I combat this without having another fallacy that he can just straight up attack? You know?
Right. Well, that's just because of I'm catching you off guard in that sense.
Sure. Exactly.
I'm not coming at you with like, here's this topic, think about it for a moment, and then let's both talk about it. I'm coming at you with a fully loaded gun, and you're trying to build yours on the spot. So that's one segment, and that's what we're thinking we might try to do. The other segment is story time. Because apparently my producer, or our producer, really believes I can tell funny stories about shit that I had to go through. Like, have you ever shit yourself? I have. And let me tell you, there's this one time that I'll tell you about another time.
Have you ever gone to a snow cabin and became a fourth wheel?
Fourth wheel? Motherfucker, I supported that entire trip. You would have gotten shit if I let that man just run around the house.
Hey, from your own perspective, though, weren't you like a third or fourth wheel?
And my perspective.
But you were a wingman as well.
Yes.
I'm not going to deny that, for sure. For sure.
All right, then yes.
Was I a piece of shit a little bit? I don't know. It's hard to argue that, right? I
can't blame you for what you did, because if I was in the same position, I'd hope you do what I did for you.
Oh, for sure. I would 100%, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm trying to like think about that whole thing. It's like, was I in the wrong for making the choices I made?
I'm going to be real with you. You were not in the wrong. You just let me down.
I know.
Because you came at me with
hey, but dude,
shit.
But the thing was like during the daytime, you and I popped off, right?
Yeah.
During the daytime, when we were out in the snow, when we were hanging out, we were popping off. The moment lights turned off.
I mean, the moment lights turned off, I can't blame you for what you want to do. When the lights are out, do what you want, right? I was only annoyed because of what I was stuck with when the lights turned off. Right? I didn't get a piece to come with me and be like, yeah, my girlfriend was at home. Right? I was the only. We're gonna tell the story another time.
Yeah, this is a really great story. We don't want to ruin it here.
You got to hear all the facts to understand why when I came during that trip, I was MVP.
I think for the story times, what we should do, especially if it's like pertaining to both of us, is I'll let you go off and just go off on how you fucking experienced it, and then I'll fill in my details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we do that story time, I will definitely let you fill in. Let you tell your defense to the world.
Yeah, after hearing your side, because everyone needs a good laugh.
Everyone needs
that good laugh.
And once I tell you this story, you'll understand why the fuck.
Oh my god, that shit was so funny.
Where you really showed up thinking it's not gonna be this, but then it was exactly what you thought it was gonna be, and you just kind of take it on. Take the cold hard load of fate of life. Just take it on your face and just accept it. But that's what we're planning to take this year, right?
Yeah,
this
sure.
Season at least. But we want to hear from you guys. What do you really want to know about me and Steve? I'm not gonna tell you my personal shit, like what I do in my bedroom,
right,
or the porn I watch. Maybe I'll tell you some of the porn I watch. Depends on how much you're really interested in my kind of porn.
But yeah, genuinely, we want to get an idea of like what you want to hear from us. And like, do you want this to be more like spontaneous? Do you want us to do a little more research into our topics?
Yeah.
You know, like, because like we came into this when we first started it off. This was all going to be spontaneous and just going off from our experiences and what we just felt was what we thought, right?
Yeah, the way of,
and I kind of realized by doing that like it's kind of cool that we did that, but at the same time we run out of content, or we run in circles, or we go on tangents that could just take us to different goddamn planets, dude.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
We like the
Power
Ranger thing.
I love going on tangents. They were really fun, and like it just takes us to wherever. But like like, do you want this to be more gravitated towards like a certain topic? Like, do you mind the tangents? Like, we want to get some feedback on this. But
I want to know. I want you to tell me what you think. Do a little play on the whole. We should make a poster like that, right? Like me as Uncle Sam. I want you to give us feedback. But then we turn into those fucking damn ass things. Like, don't you just hate it when you're playing an app and they're like, "Hey, do you like the app?"
Yeah,
I like that. And they're like, "Do you want to give us some feedback?" Well,
yeah, you want to rate us, and then you're like, "Okay, all I gotta do is just hit the 5-star." And it's like, "All right, now type in what you like about the."
Nah.
You lost me there. Now you don't even get 5 stars. Get the hell out of here.
Genuine opinion. Yeah. This is a leisurely thing. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it makes so much sense though, because that's what we're pretty much doing right now, right?
Yeah, we want to know what people want.
Yeah.
And that's what the games want. That's what apps and everybody wants to know. They want to know what people want. My thing is, I don't want you to know what I want. Because if you randomly give me that one day, dude, I'm fucked up. Because I'm like, how the fuck did you nail what I wanted so perfectly? Like, I've played games before where I'm like, man, it would be just so great if they just had this one little thing in there. And then the next update comes out and they're like, congratulations, hey, check it out. We added this one little thing. And I go, they're listening to my fucking voice.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's so hard to re-listen to this ourselves, honestly, because I kind of don't like listening to my own voice. I really don't like listening to my own voice.
I love it because I'll listen to this and then disagree with myself.
Really?
I'll be like, what the fuck was I saying? That makes no sense.
See, if I could get past just hearing my own vocals, I would be on the same page. But I just, every time I hear my voice, I'm like, God damn, that sounds like a shitty voice, bro. Yeah. But again, a lot of people digress, so I guess it's not that bad. But I have a question for you, and this actually kind of pertains to like part of the recap. And this happened actually in like the last week, and I kind of told you about this last time we hung out. And you don't know this, maybe you can add some input. But I lost my debit card the other day, so I had to get a new one.
I gotta talk about that. I lose a debit card a month. Go.
But this isn't the topic. But this just leads into it. So I lost my debit card the other day. I had to get a new one, and right next to it was this fish cafe that I really love, and they had one in Arizona that I used to work at. So I went to go grab some fish tacos there, and as I was waiting in my car for my food, the girl.
Yeah, you told me about this.
So there was 2 girls at the shop. The one who took my order, and then the one who dropped my food off. So I got my order taken. I went to my car, waited because they said they'd drop it off to my car. The other girl dropped my food off to me, and then said, "Hey, the girl who took your order, she thinks you're really cute. Here's her number and her IG." And I said, "Oh, wow, okay, cool." As I was driving home, super fucking flattered and shit, I was like, hell yeah. I was like looking through her Instagram a little bit, and I found out that she is 5 years younger than me.
and we're gonna talk about that.
She had just graduated. That's why I kind of want his opinion, because I'm like in this awkward spot. Because like I'm thinking about it now, because I was like, I think I'm okay with this, because I've seen situations where one of my exes was in like the exact same situation, where she was just graduating high school and dating someone who was my age, 5-year gap. Yeah. And I was like, at that time, I was like uncomfortable with it. But now that I'm in the situation, I'm like, is it really that bad?
Hear me out, right? If you were spotting gray, talking about healthcare, then maybe I'd be like, nah, this woman's not for you. But you are not that. You are effectively a 20-year-old. I know your age changes, right? The 5-year gap matters, and we're going to talk about this later on in a different episode.
Here's the thing that really put it into perspective, though, was like, I was like, it doesn't feel that bad. Then when I went to go hang out with my family today, I realized my cousin, who I'm like my little cousin, when I was like 10, she was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They're the same age, dude.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Right now,
Really?
it like kind of put a mind fuck on me, low key.
A little bit. When you compare it to family, it puts a mind fuck
Well,
on
it's just
anything.
the age thing. It's like, wow, like I'm dating someone the same age as my little cousin.
Right.
But like the same, like they'll have generally the same aptitude, the same kind of mindset. I'm like, do I really want to invest in that?
Right. But like,
I've been talking to her because like it's cool. Like I'm not doing anything, so I was like, might as well like get to know who that person is. It's nothing wrong. She's
Right.
legal, but like, do I feel comfortable with this situation? Is this something I want to get into? I don't know. I've always found myself dating like older women, not like extremely older, like a year or so, but like I've just always found myself dating more like women who, felt more mature.
well, yeah, but hear me out, right? Again, if you really think about it, you could be like, I'm dating, I don't know, any of these fucks. I googled 18-year-old celebrities.
Yeah.
So you could be like, I'm dating someone the same age as Sky Jackson.
I don't know who that
I don't know who the fuck that is, right? Or Maddie Ziegler, right?
Oh, that's the girl from Dance Moms.
There you go.
So even then, dude, that because like when I was
is that the girl who won Dance Moms?
That was the one who was like the best.
That's the
She's
one
like in a bunch of Sia.
That's on like the judge for one of those dance shows right now, right?
I don't think so.
America's Best Dance Crew.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking.
She was the one who was like in all the Sia music videos.
Yeah, so same girl.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
She's a judge for a different. It's like not America's Best Dance Crew, but it's like they take dance crews and.
It's like a spin-off of that thing, or like
or
just like the same thing, same concept.
I mean, yeah, it's like they took America's Best Dance Crew, but then they also gave like 2-man crews and one person, acts a chance to compete. So she's on that. You could be saying you're dating someone the same age as her.
Yeah, but dude, again, that feels weird because like I used to go to my grandma's and watch that show, with my family who was into it.
Yeah.
And like I was like, wow, this girl is like 11, and I'm 16. What the fuck,
Mm-hmm. I just love that because. Sorry, continue.
No, that was pretty much it. It just boggles my mind, and now it's like we're both legal, so it's technically not wrong, but
hear me out.
Maybe
right?
I just have to move past that idea.
Hear me out. We all know a good close friend of ours who dates someone older than them, and they are super happy. They love that.
It's true.
Person. They're so happy.
It's true.
My thing with the whole age gap when it comes to like years and stuff like that. If you look at even my mom, look at the age gap between her and her fiance, right? Her fiance is fucking living, right? Her fiance is like the happiest fucking dude I know.
Yeah.
Right?
He popping off.
He is living his best life. And guess what? My mom, when I went to my mom, I was like, when they first started dating, I was like, does he know how old you are? And my mom was like, no. And I was like, why not? My mom works at a college. Now, when you work at a college and you look like my mom looks, now I don't want to be weird about this, but I just gotta say it because everybody who meets my mom, they all say the same thing to me, like it's the first time I'm hearing this. They're like, oh. My mom's basically the equivalent of a goddess to most people. She's like ethically sound, logically sound. She takes all sides into account, completely neutral, and she looks like she's fucking 25. Okay? So when you take that kind of mentality, that maturity, put it in my mom's body, and then put it around a bunch of college students, she's gonna get hit on by more than what she'd like. Now the problem is, my mom also had to deal with the fact that there would be 18-year-olds hitting on her, be like, "What's up, little mama? How you doing?" Be like, "I'm 25. I'm trying to see where you at this weekend." And my mom's like, "I'm 40. I have a 20-year-old son."
Yeah, right.
Like when my mom's fiance first met me, he was expecting a kid, like an 8-year-old, to run up and be like, "Are you my new daddy?" And then I walk up at fucking 11 o'clock at night, just having beat my dick. He's like, "Was good, boy. Was good, homeboy." And he looked at me, he was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And I was all like, "Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are happy to meet me. I bet." What were you and mom doing all night, huh? I know what they were doing. Watching TV because my mom don't fuck around like that in the house. We have a rule. We have a rule. We've both been caught enough times to realize that's not how it works. If you believe you could have sex in your parents' house while your parents are there,
Yeah, no,
think about
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
if your parents decide to have sex in the house while you were home, how would you feel? Yeah, exactly. Think about that for a moment. So me and my mom, when she found out I was having sex, we set up a rule. If either of us are home, tough shit, you don't get it. But so I was like, he finally met me, and he was thrown off for a moment, and he had all the reasons to go and say, maybe I'm not ready for this, right? Maybe I'm not ready for this kind of relationship. She's already at this point in her life, and I'm here.
Yeah.
The whole thing that made it work was you got to look at her and be like, I understand that's where you are at your life. That's
so
the main
true,
thing you got to
dude. That's
recognize.
so
You need to
true.
realize where she's at in her life.
But that's the thing. I think that's what I was just. You just covered what exactly I was about to get to. Is I think it's just the fact that like I'm at where I'm at right now, and she is not there. You know,
Right.
like especially like I don't want to say maturity wise, but like kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
kind of that aspect.
And if you're not even taking into maturity experience wise,
Right.
you have lived
Jesus.
5 more years than she
For
has.
sure.
And as
Like-
an adult,
like I said,
5 more years.
I've been in college for 5 years, and she just graduated high school.
Right.
You know.
Now that does
5
sound
years?
weird a little
Holy
bit.
fuck! It's been 5 years that I've been in college.
Yeah. Well, we're going on 5 years, right? Because we got in.
But still,
yeah.
it's like
been a
wow.
long fucking time.
It's still wow.
It's still wow. Yeah.
I'm not like upset about it, you know, because
I know
like
you're
that's been the path I took. Like to be honest, I feel like I feel like half the time that I say I was in college, I really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, everybody takes their own path.
That's yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
It's
I get
like-
that's what you're trying to get at. But like I said, right? It's really this whole thing is if you decide, you and this girl, right, want to chill, hang out for a bit. I don't know what 18-year-olds are up to nowadays. You know,
neither do I, dude.
I don't know what they're really looking for commitment wise.
Well, that's the thing too. Is the only thing I have to reference is my little brother, who's about the same age, and my cousins, and I've
Yeah.
seen them act in their age, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to hang around this crowd,
exactly
bro.
what you and me were doing at 18. I can tell you what, I was looking for the one bar in San Jose that doesn't carve and trying to get fucked as often as I could. That was it. Sex, alcohol, and don't become a complete failure in front of your parents. Those are my 3 goals. I got all of them.
You want to know something that I kind of realized?
Hmm.
Just thinking, like I had a lot of time to think during this break. And I realized, dude, that I didn't have like a whole like plan for myself, like from like my junior year onward.
Well, you know what we do have? A plan for our podcast. And on that note,
God damn.
we're going to go ahead.
That segue.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to call it. It's your boy Waffles.
And your boy Maui.
And this is Couch Surfing.
Peace.